bit, see what's going on. Hey there, looks like we got 5 people waiting. Hello, hello.
Hi,
hello,
friends.
hello, hello. I am here. This is a lot of shiny bright. Shiny bright. This is like, oh wow.
We're in studio.
We are in a studio. If you can't tell behind us, we've got a lot of our camera gear here, and this is where we set up and do a lot of our videos for the channel. But before we get started, I am here with my good friend Genevieve Moffitt.
Hello.
Genevieve is on the Sarone group, and I'm going to be very honest. This was supposed to be a live that we did on the Sarone group channel. So I don't know what happened with YouTube, but it decided to add this live to my channel. So we're going to do it here, and we're basically just going to promote the fact that we're going to be doing live streams from the Sarone Group's real estate YouTube channel twice a week starting this week.
Very exciting
So
stuff.
today was supposed to be our first one. It's not any longer, but that's okay. We're going to do some debunking of myths.
Yes.
We're going to do
My
some
favorite thing.
question answers with you. And honestly, we want to just say thank you. Thank you for following us. Thank you for tuning in. We've got 8 people that are live right now. It's going to continue to grow. We really would love for you to make sure that you're subscribed to the Sarone Group channel as well. I know that you're enjoying my videos. I love that people watch my videos. I have so much fun doing them. We're doing a lot of really great real estate stuff and just educational information about Las Vegas over at the Sarone Group. So make sure that you subscribe so that you can tune in for those live feeds, because that's what's going to be happening starting this week, twice a week.
It's going to be so exciting because we're going to show people how to live like a local. So whether you
Yeah.
live here or you visit a lot and want to see what it's like to live here,
Yes.
that's where you're going to find all the good stuff.
Yeah, so would you guys do me a favor and open up the blinds just a little bit? It's super like dark in here, and I feel like it's like this ominous, like, oh, there we go. Oh, look there. Hello.
Let there be light.
Hey, no,
Oh,
too much, too much.
whoa.
We've got an assistant over here helping us. So super excited that you're tuned in. Genevieve, let's talk about you joining the team. You've been on the team a year now.
Crazy.
What did you do before you joined the Sarone Group?
So I was a journalist before I joined Sarone Group for, 3 years plus a year that I interned in college. I was a TV news reporter. I went to UNLV here in Vegas.
Is that
graduated.
how we met?
Go Rebel. That's how we met. Yeah. She was helping in one of my, facilitating really, my
I was.
podcasting class,
Yes.
actually. I took a podcasting class. I know, random, right? But I worked in Oregon, worked in Michigan, and I was like, the snow was not it. I'm ready to go back home to the desert.
Yeah,
And here I am.
absolutely. So Genevieve is one of our amazing team members, and kind of the reason that I really am trying to introduce more of our team members to you, my audience here, is I know all of you are awesome lovers of Las Vegas Gal. It genuinely makes me so happy that there are even people interested in what I have to say. But I don't know that I've done a very good job of really helping to educate you about why I've chosen the people who I've chosen to be on my team. So Genevieve came, known her for a long time, and came with a strong background, a strong knowledge of the United States in general, from her news background, her journalism. She's a hard worker, but she's also like, I don't know, basically a mini version of me. Let's just put it out there. I got an issue with my phone here. I say mini because she's younger than me, like a lot younger than me. So that's why
Not
you're
that
allowed to be
much.
the miniature. And she used to be a blonde. You're not a blonde anymore either.
No,
This
I'm
is
not.
okay. It's not okay. Go back to blonde.
The first
please.
time she saw me with my brunette hair, she thought I had like stabbed her. in
I
the
was
heart.
really
I
upset.
did.
I'm still upset actually. So anyway, just wanted to take a moment to introduce you to my beautiful Genevieve here. She is someone who you can absolutely work with when you look to working with the Sarone Group, our team. I'm one of the agents. She's one of the agents. We've got quite a few of us now. A pretty cool family that
I
we've
love
created,
it. Yeah,
right?
It's
awesome.
amazing. So thank you for that introduction.
You're welcome.
Wow.
So we're gonna debunk some myths for you right now about Las Vegas,
Yes.
and especially about the real estate market, because oh my God in heaven, it has
There's
been
a lot of
real wacky
bad
these days.
information
Real
out
wacky.
there, too, so.
Rhonda Walker says hashtag blonde army. You know it, Rhonda. You know I love me a good blonde and a good redhead. I don't know
I'm
about this
starting to get
brunette
my
stuff
grays,
here.
so I don't know if that counts
Oh
or not.
no, she started getting grays. That's
Yeah.
what real estate does to you. So please drop your questions in the comments below. We'll definitely try to address as many as we can. But Genevieve, one of the main questions that I've been getting, and I know we talk about it a lot, and I'm sorry if you've watched the other videos and you're tired of hearing it. Is there going to be a crash? Is the market going to crash? When's the market going to crash? I'm
Yes.
waiting to buy until there's a crash. Like the crash word has been used a lot. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I get it, right? Like a home purchase is a huge expense,
Mm-hmm.
and you really want to do your research before you drop that kind of money on a house,
Yep.
especially if you feel like you're getting into a situation where you're going to be upside down or something like
Yeah.
that. But what I'm telling my buyers right now, and what I truly believe, and let me tell you, I have family members who I'm helping buy right now too, so I would not be giving them this advice if
Yes.
it was not correct.
Correct.
Is that we're not seeing a crash. I think we're seeing the market stabilize.
Yes, thank goodness. Almost rebalance a little
Yes.
bit. Yes.
Thank
God. Yes.
This summer was crazy. But I think that over the next couple of months, we're just going to see it stabilize a little bit more. But month over month, we're still seeing a little bit of growth.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think what we talk about is growth is still growth. So even though it's not this crazy
Right.
exponential thing we were seeing over the summer,
Right.
overall we're going up.
I mean, if anything, I want us all to be really happy to see a slowdown on the market. I mean, for realtors, I know that it means we feel like we can get a better deal for our clients. Not even a better deal, just we can actually get them into a home.
Yeah.
For home buyers, it's a little bit less frenzied of an opportunity to write. You don't have to write 12 offers. You might have to write 3 or maybe 1, right?
It's more fair.
It's genuinely, but I think what people, yesterday I did a live with Amber Coleman. We had some issues with the internet, so I don't even know if anybody can watch that or not. But we were genuinely going live as the feds were giving the update about what they're going to do in terms of stimulating the economy. And it was very clear. They said this is not going to drastically affect home mortgage rates, but there will be an effect over time. They were very clear about the fact that they're pulling back on how much they're stimulating the economy because the economy is overstimulated right now. I mean, it's almost like they're going to that Electric Daisy Carnival like I did a couple weeks ago. It's overstimulation. Okay, have you been to that, by the way? Oh my God, what a cool event that was.
I've never been.
I felt like an old lady, but I still had a great time.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know if I would allow you to go. I think of you as a daughter. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So with the economy being overstimulated, they've already got interest rates at the all-time low. Hey guys, sorry, we can hear you over here. Sorry, they've already got interest rates at the all-time low. Unemployment stuff is kind of changing, right? That $300 a week stimulus package that was out there is now gone, I believe, or it's ending. So then unemployment should start to balance out, and it's already happening. So with all those things that I'm not an expert about, and I'm just spinning off what I was told yesterday, that indicates that things are going to really slow down. They're really going to balance back out. But what's not going to happen, would you agree? Tell me if you agree. You're not going to see all of a sudden that a house that you really wanted to buy last month and couldn't get into go from 400,000 to 320. That's not going to happen, you guys. There's no inventory on the market still.
None. Actually, I think it's less than it was last month, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And we talk with our broker, too. Every week we have meetings to talk about what's changing in the market. And one thing I found really interesting that he mentioned is that we were expecting this huge flood of evictions to happen, when people weren't paying their rent.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Thank goodness there was a lot of aid out there to help people pay their rent. So that really made a difference in where we thought the market was going to go versus where it actually is.
So I'm going to say, debunked. There is not a crash on the horizon. There's definitely a slowdown. The roller coaster's coming to a slow, but it's not a crash. Yeah? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3.
I feel like, don't they do that on some kind of reality?
I have no idea, and if that's an offensive thing that I just did, please let me know. I'm always freaking clueless, and I'm always the one that they're like, Lacey, what are you saying? I'm like, I didn't know that was offensive. So please.
We're gonna get a lot of emails.
Oh my God, I just got freaking fired. Anyway, so in terms of a crash, that's where we're at. So a few people have joined us. I want to just pause for a moment and say thank you for joining. Hi, Olivia. Just saw you wave to us. We're talking about debunking some stuff about the real estate market. We'll answer any of your questions that we can about Vegas, living in Vegas. We're going to talk about some debunking about that stuff too. And then I just want to say this was actually meant to go live on the Sarong Group channel. I don't know what happened with my YouTube, but it assigned it to my channel. So this is also a promotion for the fact that we're going to be doing 2 times a week. We're going to be going live on the Sarong Group channel. The reason we're doing that is we're putting the camera in the hands of these guys, the agents, and we're forcing them to go around the city and show you parks and neighborhoods. Totally forcing them, actually. I had to bribe them with cocktails the other day. But no, forcing them, asking them nicely to go around the city and show you the areas of the city that I cannot, as one human being, make it to in any given week and month. And also just really start to answer your questions. I want you to get to know these beautiful people. I have hand-selected some of the most amazing realtors in this city, and they all have an absolute love and passion for Las Vegas like I do. So
she hypes us up.
You will not be disappointed. Okay, back to it. Okay. Let's talk about another myth that I am, not even a myth, but a question that I get from people. And I'm like, listen, guys, let's just have this conversation. And I think Ray just commented it too. And I think Ray likes to do this to me on every video that I do. Hey, Ray, what happens when Lake Mead dries up? What are you guys going to do then?
Yep.
I don't know, Ray, what are you going to do about it? That's what I want to say right now. The bottom line is, I don't know. I don't create the water. I don't figure this out. But what I do know is the Southern Nevada Water Authority is doing their damnedest to make sure that we are covered. For many years up to this point, I don't know if you've done much research on it. I'm not an expert on water. I love you, Ray, but I have no idea. But what I know is I'm an expert on Las Vegas. And I also know that, yes, the water is receding. Yes, we are seeing, lower water levels. But they have been also storing and filtering and clarifying water for years now underground, that I believe gives us up to like 40 years worth or 50 years worth after we dry up for us to have. And then they're continuing that process. Have you heard about that?
Well, yeah, I think at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind the greater Las Vegas area is like 2 million people. So they're not just going to say, you know what, guys, we're out of water.
Yeah.
Everyone bounce, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like there has to be a solution. There's going to be a solution.
And now I don't know if this has changed, but at one point when I did my research a few years back, I was told that we have first rights. Las Vegas and Nevada, I think, has first right of refusal on the Colorado River water. So that we have access to additional water there. We also, I believe, are negotiating or looking at buying the rights or gaining the rights of some sort to other areas around the state. So we're a long way from that. Okay, so I love you, Ray. Appreciate you razzing me on these freaking videos, but I don't know. All I do is sell houses and talk about Las Vegas. This is my job. I'm not a water authority expert. I love you. Yeah. That's that. So debunked, or basically it's a question mark. I have no effing clue.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
but I do believe there's a solution.
There's always going to be a solution.
Yeah, they're going to figure it out.
This is a growing city, and yes, there may be more restrictions on water. Yes, they may say, hey, don't water on these days of the week. Yes, they may be not allowing pools to be installed in the future. And what does that do for someone who buys a pool house now? Makes that thing go up in value.
Well, even if there's building restrictions in the future to limit the population, if you're buying now, your value is going to skyrocket when those restrictions are put in place.
Don't you love that we can always pull it back to why you should buy a home?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Okay. Another thing that people ask me a lot about, do you hear this too? People are constantly worried, who've never been here, about the open carry gun state laws.
That's so funny. Well, it's not funny that people are worried about that, but it just doesn't even
register.
You just don't even think about it when you live here, I guess.
So Jen, you're a born and raised native, right? Born and raised. I wish I could say that. I can't.
You're close.
I'm just gonna say it. It doesn't matter. So born and raised. How many times have you seen someone out there gunslinging with a gun on their hip?
I can't think of a time.
Not one time.
No.
I have literally seen one time in my life have I seen someone with a gun on their hip. And it was a cute little old gentleman who was at Walgreens picking up his prescriptions about 12 years ago. And it was this really awesome, polished, like antique gun that he just loved having on his hip. So that's it, okay? So I know a lot of people get concerned, the open carry, there's guns everywhere, there's people shooting each other. Listen, yes, we're a normal city. Yes, that's not debunked. We're a normal city. Yes, we have crime, just like every other city.
Yes.
Yes. Are you worried about like lowering your head and pew, no.
Maybe I'm not observant. I just don't see it.
It's not the case. Now, I'm not promising you that we won't turn into that someday. Who knows, man? There could be a whole slew of cowboys that decide to make their way here, and I would not be upset about that one bit. I'm not gonna lie. But who doesn't love a good cowboy hat and some boots and some jeans?
Makes me want to go to Stoney's.
Okay, moving on to the next thing. What are some things that you're hearing from your clients who are considering moving here, or even the clients that we have who already live here? What are they loving and hating right now about what's happening in Vegas?
Well, I mean, I think a huge one is just the taxes. We have a lot of people who want to retire here because they're coming from California or Oregon or our state that just has a lot of taxes, and they find so much more freedom with their budget here.
Yeah.
So they're downsizing to smaller homes, they're purchasing cash if they can, and then living the lifestyle that Vegas has to offer.
They're also sometimes not even downsizing because the homes that they're paying for in other places are so small but yet so much more expensive. So actually sometimes people are coming here going, mega mansion, baby, get me my McMansion for half of what I would have paid where I live currently. So so that's cool.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about traffic. People have been concerned about traffic lately. Have you heard that at all?
Well, I mean, I think our state flower is a construction cone. We do
it
have
absolutely
a lot of construction here.
So the bird is the crane,
The bird is the crane, yep. So yeah, there's construction when the weather is nice out, but I don't think it's any more than any other city, especially like LA and places like that. So it's not as bad.
I will say this, and I just want to say this. So starting this channel a couple of years back and doing my Instagram, I was the number one proponent of, you can get from one side of town to the other in 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's amazing. I even did a live video once going, I am at this part of town and we're going to end at that part of town. And I just drove and was live. And I will say that has definitely changed. Okay, so during COVID, it was a ghost town, right? You could get anywhere in 5 minutes. It was crazy. Now that COVID has, subsided, people are back at work, people are back out on the roads. Yeah, there's traffic. There's definitely traffic. And there's also a component of, we're having, how many people move here a day? What was it, 130?
It was like 134.
134 people, new people move here every single day last year or the year before, right? And it's continued to go up. So yes, traffic has increased, but I'm just gonna say, and I grew up here and I'm still gonna tell you, we are spoiled rotten in this city. These city planners have done an excellent job of laying out the city, having the freeways come on and go. There's thoroughfares. It's amazing. Yes, we always have construction cones, but please don't let the word traffic correlate here to the same thing that traffic means to you wherever else you live. Unless you live in Kansas, because it's going to be a whole different ballgame.
Well, that's kind of what I was going to mention.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the video, we talked about how I lived in Michigan for a year and a half.
Oh,
and
girl.
it's a blessing and a curse that we have so much road construction here because they're investing in our infrastructure.
Yes.
Whereas in Michigan, you're driving through potholes, like they don't take care of the roads very well.
Right.
So yes, we have a lot of construction, but we have really nice, large roads to drive on,
Yes.
which a lot of people don't have that.
That's right.
So it's a luxury.
I love it. I love it. I actually have, and it does get crazy. Like now that we have the Raiders Stadium, that's something that they're trying to, pre-warn people of. I love it. They have these new things on the freeway that say stadium event happening a week from now or whatever the date is. Plan accordingly, right? So it does get hectic around major events, but I guess that means we're becoming a big old grown up, big girl. We're a real city these days. So I don't know why I'm talking like I'm from Texas.
I think you're thinking about the Cowboys stuff.
I am, actually. I love that we're getting striped by the blinds here. This is like, I feel like we could totally set this up as like a music video. This is kind of fun. Thank you, Lane. We've got some friends helping us in the office over here. They're actually editing videos that you'll be seeing on this channel as well as the Sarone Group channel. While I'm talking about the Sarone Group channel, let me reiterate, this is now a promotions video to tell you that today at this time, as well as Saturdays, every week, you're gonna have opportunity to watch our team members go live 2 times on the Sarone Group channel. We'll be taking you to neighborhoods, we'll be taking you to restaurants, we'll be just sitting in front of a desk answering questions. Lots and lots of opportunity to connect with our team. I mean, I know I love you guys and I want us to be best friends, but I've got some awesome friends too that I'd like to get to get to know.
Yeah, and I want to say, even if you're not looking to buy now and you already live here, you should totally watch the videos anyway, because we're going to be going around cool spots. And like, I'm learning every day, and I grew up here about new places I've never been in the city.
I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go see what we got here from a questions and answers perspective. This is weird because I'm doing it on my phone. I don't normally do that. Okay. Ray. Okay, sup, let's hey DR. Hey Pollux. Pollux was our winner. Let's give Pollux a round of applause. Pollux World of Entertainment is the person who won our Chiefs game giveaway. Ooh. So excited. We've got him coming out here in a couple of weeks. Steve says, anything we need to know about paying cash for a Valley area property?
Yeah. It's a really good thing. Cash is king.
Cash is great.
So, I mean, in this market, I don't want to promise anything, but you are going to basically be way more competitive and get more for your money too.
Nice.
So,
hey Denise, from Laguna Niguel. Oh, I love me some Laguna. All right, look, I love that my finger is like right in the middle of the camera. Okay, here we go. Bob says, looking for a small home for quarterly meetings that I need to attend. Bob, a home?
For quarterly
meetings. Stay at quarterly meetings that he needs to attend. I was trying to figure that out. Okay, I was thinking you were going to host them there. There's a lot of small homes that you could actually invest in here in Las Vegas. And actually, that's a really great opportunity, too, because when you're not using it, you could either Airbnb it or do whatever. We do a lot of stuff with Airbnb here. We have a lot of people reaching out. It's a bit of a process. It's not a fun, it's an uphill battle, but once you get over the hump and you actually become approved, it could be really lucrative. I just saw a video the other day, and then I read an article about how some of the Airbnb properties are making 3,000% above what they made last year. So because of the low inventory and because that means there is no crash coming because there's no houses. Hello.
And for the Airbnbs, I want to add that unincorporated Clark County, which is part of the city, they are legally required to start allowing Airbnbs next summer.
Hey,
so look out for that.
So start buying now. I love that. All right, let's see what else we got here. I love this. Ray, I love you. Hey, Olivia. All right, I'm going to try to skip through. Oh, God. Blonde Army. Sorry, guys. I'm not used to doing this on my phone. Alrighty. Don't think it'll crash. Good stuff. Oh, my goodness. Genevieve, this is a hot mess today. Rhonda said she was in Summerlin yesterday, and that's awesome. People are agreeing with us about the crash. Sorry, guys. I saw a few things here. This is so much fun. I love this.
Ooh, someone said land of 10,000 lakes, Minnesota. Yes. So in Michigan, there was so much water that houses were falling into the lake. So
what? Are you serious? You would have been doing a story when you were doing your news reporting.
I totally did many stories on that, but it just goes to show every place has their own problems.
Absolutely. Right? Okay, Josh says, which place is greener, Summerlin or, is it going to be Henderson? Summerlin or Henderson? I'm going to let you say first.
Well, so Henderson does have a neighborhood there called Green Valley. So if that helps answer your questions, I would say Henderson, a lot of the areas in there are just a little older. They weren't as conservative with using water as we are now. So those areas have a lot of grown-up trees, a lot of grass.
I love you call it grown-up trees.
Grown-up trees.
Mature trees.
Oh my God.
Mature landscaping is what we're supposed supposed to say hello.
Yeah, so I think they're grandfathered in, you know, with all that grass and stuff. Whereas Summerlin, it's newer. They're trying to be a little more conscious of using that water.
Agreed.
So greener, I would say Henderson.
Henderson, baby, absolutely. But it doesn't mean there's not greenery in the Summerlin area. There's a lot of beautiful parks, a lot of grass.
Parks.
They have over 150 parks in Summerlin alone, just in Summerlin alone.
And they're real grass, and they're really nice.
So, thing to know about Summerlin too is each and every, so it's a master plan community. So it's all mapped out to match and look beautiful and everything's great. And then within the master plan community, there's baby communities. Almost every single one of those baby communities has their own little baby green belt, green patch inside it. There's a lot of green.
Walking trails.
Oh my God, it's crazy. Henderson, on the other hand, is not a master plan community. There are master plan communities within Henderson, like Inspirata or Seven Hills or Anthem, but Henderson is its own city. It's got its own mayor, its own jail, its own all of that. So it's two things that you need to be aware of. So also, just a quick note, there's more to Las Vegas than Henderson and Summerlin, okay? And that's why you need to subscribe to the Summerlin Group channel, which is definitely going to be on your list of things to do either now or after this. Not only because you're going to join us live 2 days a week, but because that's where we're showing you the other parts of Las Vegas. We've done some amazing videos that talk about different areas of town that nobody's talking about. Not one other realtor on this YouTube thing, this contraption that we're on here.
Las Vegas.
We love all the areas of Las Vegas that nobody really knows about. So we're doing beautiful highlights, really awesome highlight reels for neighborhoods, as well as just overviews of what it's like to live in Summerlin, in Henderson, in Spring Valley, in the lakes, in whatever, right? So please subscribe, please give us a watch, and make sure you like and comment and let us know, because that's going to help our channel get more traction. It's going to get the algorithm working for us, and all of that helps us bring you more content. The more we can put out for you, the more it works for us.
Yeah,
so
we want to know what you want to see.
It's a two-way street, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Someone asked what area you prefer to live in, or we prefer to live in.
What about you?
Well, I hate
Growing
to
up
give this
here.
answer. I know it's so hard to answer without knowing what you're looking to get out of the city, right? Because there's some areas that are new construction, and some people really like new construction, but maybe you're getting a smaller lot.
You're always getting a smaller lot with new construction. Yeah.
So if you're looking for a really big yard, then those newer areas aren't going to work so well for you.
Right.
So I live in Vegas proper, just like Las Vegas.
She lives literally smack dab in the middle. You can drop a
center of
pin
the
and you're like,
city.
oh, that's Genevieve's house. How cute.
So I love it there.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm a big Henderson girl. I've always been a Henderson girl. And that's probably because I grew up on the east side of Las Vegas. I grew up everywhere. I don't know if you know this, but let me give you a little insight to Lacey. I have changed schools every single year of my life until 10th grade. And that includes inside of Las Vegas. So changing schools every single year of your life, every new year, I was the new girl. That's real fun, by the way. Really fun.
It's a bubbly personality.
Yeah, so bubbly. They all loved me. They did not. I got my ass kicked all the time. But with that being said, I got to live in a lot of different sections of the city. And I grew up on the east side, which is a little bit older, Sunrise Mountain, kind of over there. And then I moved and migrated with my family when I started my family and started having kids and got married into like the Henderson, Green Valley area. And so I think that's why when I became a big girl and kind of grew up for the first time ever was when I landed in Henderson and Green Valley. And that's probably why it feels so good to me.
It feels like home.
I love Summerlin though. And you know what? Some of the other favorites for me are Aliante up in North Las Vegas is stunning and beautiful. It's kind of on the outside, east side of, northeast side, I should say, of North Las Vegas.
It's growing so much too.
It's so big. Sky Canyon is amazing.
I love Lone Mountain area. It's one of my favorites.
Lone Mountain's gorgeous. So there are, and Spring Valley's kind of fun too. And you're kind of by Spring Valley, sort of. Yeah. So that's the hard part for us is we can tell you what we like, but even if we like it, it's probably replicated in 4 or 5 other areas of town. So great question though. I thought that was awesome. Okay.
What else we got?
Some of the questions I got on my Instagram when I asked people about what they wanted us to answer today was, is it even possible to get into a rental home right now? And I thought that was actually a really good question.
That is a good one.
Because that's not really a myth. That's actually what are we going to do? Exclamation point? We cannot debunk that. It is really difficult in the rental space right now. Not impossible, but really difficult.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, I have a lot of thoughts on this one.
I know. She has a lot of feelings too. A lot of feelings today. Yes.
So I think you have to be realistic in this market. I was trying to help a rental client get into a home, and they had excellent credit, excellent job, everything. They were competing against people who were paying a year or 2 of their rent up front in cash. Yeah. And they were willing to do, a certain amount of time up front in cash, but they just couldn't compete with these people. Yeah. So if you think that buying a home is competitive right now, renting a home is even worse.
And the prices for rentals are just they're rising.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting for those of us who have seen how cheaply you can live in Las Vegas and really and thrive. It's not by comparison to other major cities.
I mean, that's a good point.
And we have to get used to the fact that we are now sort of being considered another major city, or we're on our way there.
Yeah.
So it's still affordable to live here. It's still affordable to rent here. We just have to be really selective and we have to be less selective, I should say, with the areas that you might want to live in, and also be willing and ready to understand that there may be restrictions with the dog situation. There may be restrictions.
Apartments are a good option.
Apartments are a great option. Great option. We absolutely are trying our best to help our rental clients. For a while, we were not able to because there was absolutely no inventory, and it became nothing but frustration, and it left a really bad taste in our clients' mouth that we weren't able to follow through with it.
Yeah.
We are lucky working with Expand Realty. We've got an amazing broker, amazing brokerage that we just recently moved to. And a big reason why we moved there is because of the fact that they actually have over 500 properties in management for property management. So not only do they sell homes and buy homes with their clients, they actually manage a lot of investors' homes, up to, I think it's about 500 in like under their guides. So with that, it gives us a little bit more insight on what's going to hit the market before it hits the market, what's going to, it gives us a little bit more inventory than what you're going to get if you're just with a regular realtor.
Or just looking on Zillow or whatever it is.
Please don't ever apply for something
you
off
got to
of Zillow.
get somebody who kind of has an in.
Oy vey, yeah.
You know.
So we are doing our best. So if you're thinking about renting, and my team is going to punch me in the face right now for doing this, but I'm going to do it. If you're thinking about renting and here's the thing. We're only able to help rental clients who are well qualified, and that's only because that's the only possibility that we'll have. We don't want to waste your time, right? So if you're well qualified, if you have good credit, if you have a job, if you have money to put for your down payment in terms of that, please click the link in the bio. Let us see if we can help you. There's going to be a moment in the conversation where we say, why the hell are you not buying? Because renting is more expensive than buying in almost every case that we've seen. So we may ask you to consider that. But at the end of the day, if you're just bumping your head against the wall and you are a well-qualified client, and I hate even saying that because I want to help everybody.
Yeah.
I want to help everybody. But I just can't help everybody all the time because of the fact that there's just not a lot of opportunity right now. When this market shifts and there are more rentals, you better bet your ass we're going to be helping rental clients because we love them and we know that it's an opportunity for us to meet somebody who might be moving to Vegas for the first time ever.
And if you're looking to buy, but you need to get into a situation where you rent first, I would totally recommend doing a short-term rental, like apartment, like a 3 or 6 month lease.
But call us first.
Yes.
Call us. We can help you in those situations for sure.
A lot of our clients do that.
Yes.
And it's just so much easier to where you're not, having to get into a year-long situation.
So don't go get yourself into an apartment and then call us and say, now I want to look for a house. No, call us. Let us help guide you with what apartments we know are great. Just let us help. Let us help. Let us help. Rhonda just commented. Thank you, Rhonda. First of all, Rhonda, I don't know if you're on Instagram, but if I saw your comment before about that Chiefs game and like what you wanted to win, can you do me a favor at Las Vegas Gal? Will you send me a DM? I want to tell you something offline. But with that being said, she said she's worried about home maintenance, being a homeowner.
Girl.
Let's talk to you, my friend, who just bought her first home. So proud of her. And let's talk about what that looks like in terms of being a homeowner that has a home that needs maintenance.
Yeah, so the house we bought was built in 87. It's a little older, not crazy old, but our house did have a lot of maintenance. It was kind of a fixer-upper. We had to do landscaping. We have a pool, so there's maintenance involved with that. So yeah, if you're not looking for maintenance, I probably wouldn't steer you in that route, but there's a lot of other options. One that comes to mind is a townhome. Yes, you do have a little bit of an HOA payment, but they're at a lower price range, and a lot of times they cover like your front yard landscaping, your roof maintenance, painting your house, all that kinds of good stuff.
Love it. Home maintenance is definitely a part of the process, and I also saw a comment from her saying, I can't afford to make the monthly payments, but at the end of the day, if you're paying rent, you're paying a monthly payment, and I'm going to guarantee you, unless you've locked in some awesome price, your payment's probably higher than what it would be with a mortgage. The other thing I want to say too, aside from the maintenance, is if you don't think you can afford to buy a home, did you know that there's free money programs out there that are helping people with down payment and that are helping people with their closing costs, and that even if you have a little bit, they'll pair it with what you have and they'll give you a little bit more money. Like there's a lot of options out there. In fact, I just did a video with Amber Coleman yesterday talking about that a little bit. So stay tuned for that to come out. In terms of home maintenance too, the other thing too is, there's a thing called a home warranty. I'm gonna be real with you right now about the home warranty. Let me just be real, okay? Home warranty companies hate me right now. They're bullshit, okay? They're full of shit, they're bullshit. However, they're not always bullshit. They're just bullshit if you think you're gonna get a brand new fridge if your fridge breaks, or a brand new AC if your AC breaks. It ain't gonna happen. Here's what will happen though. If you have a home warranty, typically we'll negotiate that the seller will buy it for you. And if not, they're like $500-600 depending on what the house.
For a year.
For a year, for the full year. it gives you an opportunity to have one phone number to call anytime anything goes wrong with your house. There will be a little small deductible payment of like $60 or $70 sometimes each time they come, but then it's on them to make sure that they fix your freaking whatever it is that went wrong, right? There's also a thing called home insurance that you're going to be required to have, and that'll be included in your monthly payment for your home. When you have your home insurance, that also will cover major drastic things that happen. So that will, let me rephrase that because I don't want to get sued. That will also most likely cover lots of things that could happen. So insurance plus a warranty typically can take the sting out a little bit when it comes to those things. So.
Especially if your seller is paying for the home warranty, like why not, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Rhonda, she says, I don't have good credit though. I had a first-time home buyer over 10 years ago. Can they still help me?
Yes,
girl.
Ma'am. It's 3 years.
Rhonda, you better send me that DM. Better send me that DM immediately. Here's what you need to know. They just lowered the required FICO score for FHA to like 540, just so you know. 540, I believe, is what Amber told me. So you only have to have a 540 credit score to qualify for an FHA loan. FHA loan is the loan that requires less percent down, 3.5% down. So I just want to make sure you know there is never going to be a door that is closed to you until we have exhausted every single avenue. So I want you to know, if you've lost your home in the past, or if you had a bankruptcy, I've had bankruptcies. I'm going to be very honest. We've all had ugly shit happen to our credit, right? Does not matter. There's always going to be an option for you. And this is not me trying to sell you to buy a house because we want to sell you a house. It's because I hate seeing people pay somebody else's freaking mortgage when you could be earning money.
And being discouraged,
right.
too. Yeah.
And at the rate that we're growing right now, if you bought something within the next year, I'm just letting you know that you will be making money on it. It may slow. You may not make $100,000 in a month, which is, crazy. Yeah. You don't want that. You want it to be a little bit more even, but this is an investment for your long term. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox now, but Rhonda, I better get a DM from you today.
I was gonna say about the credit too, contact a lender, especially Amber.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this, yes.
If you're not ready to buy now, or if you feel like your credit's not where you want it to be now, she's gonna get you a game plan, and she's not gonna pressure you or anything, but she's gonna give you easy to follow steps to really help boost your credit, because she's the expert on that.
Amber is a loan wizard. I love her. I love her. I love her. There are a lot of amazing lenders in this city. So we're not just stuck with Amber. We can work with anybody that you want. The reason we like to recommend Amber so much is because she works like we do. She works from the heart. She wants to make sure that she's helping people at where they are right now, right? If you're not ready, cool, we still love you. We want to still talk to you, so let's talk. So please click the link in the description below. Even if you're just thinking about it or you just want to run those numbers, let's start the conversation. What is the harm in that? We're not going to have you on the phone and then lock you into that's not how we work, okay? We love you. We want to make sure this works out for you. The other thing that Amber tells me a lot, and I think it's important to say, is your credit score that you think you have is not the credit score that you have when it comes to buying a house.
Yeah, don't look on Credit Karma.
Don't look on Credit Karma. Don't think, I've been fixing my credit. Listen, you don't know what you're doing. You're not a credit expert. I know you're not. Trust me, because if you were, you would not be watching this video and still on here listening to me talk about fixing your credit. You're not a credit expert, and if you are, send me your number. I'll recommend you to my clients. But we want you to know that they pull numbers differently, and they look at different criteria for qualifying for a home mortgage. So just don't get discouraged and get that negative, get it out of your brain. Let's manifest this thing to happen. Let's get you into a home, baby. Let's get that money rumbling, and let's get you some free action when it comes to that free money program. Free action. That could be taken a lot of ways here in Las Vegas. Get some free action.
There's a myth to debunk.
There's a myth to debunk. Let's talk about this myth. I actually just did this, actually. I'm doing these cute reels on my Instagram. If you're not following me at Las Vegas Gal, you need to do that. And the other person on our team who does badass reels is This Happy Desert. So she is This Happy Desert on Instagram. Please follow her. We're gonna have a little dual reel competition here in a minute because she's pretty badass. But I'm doing these safety tips for Las Vegas, like how to stay safe. And I did 3 parts. And one of them that's gonna come out this week is I said, here's a quick tip for you. Prostitution is not legal in Las Vegas. I know, I'm surprised too. At the end of the day, it's like, hello. What you need to know is just don't do it. If a pretty lady at the Mandalay Bay bar is winking at you and giving you a little shoulder shimmy.
Not the shoulder shimmy.
The shoulder shimmy. If she's doing that, I'm just here to tell you right now, she's not interested in you. She's interested in your wallet. Sorry, guys. I hate to break it. I hate to burst your bubble. It is not legal here. I love you. You could certainly go outside of the city if you're here for that kind of fun.
Rhonda knows.
Rhonda knows. Rhonda's giving us all the tips. We love you, Rhonda. And it looks like DR said he is a credit expert. Hello, send me your information. I would love to send anybody who needs credit repair over to you. That would be
awesome.
amazing. I love doing this with you. I love you.
This is fun.
I'm super bummed that this did not go live on the other channel where it was supposed to live, because I really would like to have your guys' eyeballs go over there. I want you to spend time with these guys. I'm not always going to be in the video, but trust me, I've got enough wacky ass people on my team that you don't need me in all the videos.
It's a requirement.
It's a requirement to be wacky AF on my team. So please do me a big favor. Set a little reminder. Do something to check our YouTube channel, or set the reminder when they come up as the release, to watch our team take flight and come to life for you and take you around the city.
It's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning, my friends. This channel has been fun. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of lifestyle content and real estate content, and I'm even doing some fun comedy stuff that you're gonna see more of soon. I got Marilyn, who's been coming out of the woodwork.
Can't. You guys have to go to her Instagram and watch the Marilyn videos.
Oh, I put that short on YouTube. They can watch it on YouTube. It's a short video.
Cackling in my car, not driving. Cackling. Though.
Cackling. DR is saying that you have to drive 90 miles outside of Vegas to get that kind of fun.
That's oddly specific.
Thank you that you know that range. That's interesting. What route?
It's
what
the
route
bunny,
should
the
we
bunny,
take?
It's
the Bunny Ranch.
The Bunny Ranch.
Maybe I should go do a video at the Bunny Ranch and just get it over with. But anyway, I'm not doing it. With that being said, please tune in. Thursdays and Saturdays, we're going to be doing live feeds. We're going to answer questions. We're going to be silly. We're going to have a good time. We want to make sure that we're here for you, not only from a real estate perspective, but just from that lifestyle, right? We love Las Vegas. You have grown up here. You were born and raised. You tried to leave.
I thought it was trash when I left, and I'm going to tell you, that's just a kid wanting to get away from home.
And what do?
And when I left, I was like, why did I go? I need to come back. So if that doesn't tell you, I don't know what does.
I love it. Oh, look at Rhonda. Rhonda's talking about happy endings. Oh, God, we have to end this now. Oh, Rhonda, we took it
We're going to get flagged.
Shit. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us. Again, we're going to start promoting these. I will share them. If you follow me on, if you're subscribed to me, you'll get alerts of my posts that I do on YouTube. You could also just follow the Sarone group, as well as this Happy Desert, as well as Las Vegas Gal on Instagram. But we are going to be promoting the hell out of our live feeds, because why would you not join us for a little bit of this much fun? We talked about happy endings. We talked about guns. We talked about prostitution.
Yeah.
We talked about housing. We talked about credit repair. I mean,
What
we
more could
covered
you ask for?
the gamut, okay? And you're missing out if you're not joining us. So, Genevieve, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you.
That's really impressive.
I know, that's pretty good, right?
pretty
I'm
good.
working on my French accent. I'm gonna bring Rhonda, you're gonna get in trouble. I'm hanging up this thing too. Rhonda's going nuts. Rhonda, send me a freaking...
Oh, there's Steve.
Oh, there's Steve. Oh, wait, I think I saw somebody say something good about Steve. Let me scroll up.
Someone said something good about Steve?
I know, right? It's hard. I
wait,
think
wait,
it said, we're having a Robbie says, we're having a
Aw.
fantastic experience with Battleborn Steve. Seriously, he's been at our beck and call for a week. Thanks for open minds, guidance, and recommendations. Steve-o.
Go Steve! We love
Battleborn Steve. If you're not already doing it, you better subscribe to Battleborn Steve on YouTube. He's amazing. He's awesome. He's freaking funny.
Yeah, he has awesome videos.
He's oddly tall, but he's very funny, and I love him so much. He said, Robbie and Karen, you rock. And he is a badass. So
Yeah, we love Steve.
just another badass. We're going to hand this camera over to all of our team members. We're going to let you get to know these crazy people that I call my best friends in the whole world. And I love you for being here. Thanks for staying tuned for this wacky ass live.
We didn't know where this was going.
Oh boy, Rhonda, I might have to put you on the team. You seem like you fit right in here. I'm not gonna lie. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Happy week, and we'll see you on Saturday
Hope to see
on
more of
the
you.
Sarone group. See you soon.